You're listening to EPN, the Eat Podcast Network, your guide to business and personal success.
Welcome to MLM Power Hour with your host, Todd Falcone. Get ready, hold on, and strap yourself in for another hour of raw and totally uncensored training. What is MLM Power Hour? It's your source for no-holds-barred tell-it-like-it-is training from network marketing's #1 prospecting coach.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
And now, live from his posh studios in Seattle, Washington, your host, Todd Falcone.
Welcome once again to the MLM Power Hour show here on EPN, the E Podcast Network. That's the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. I am your host, Todd Falcone. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, have a very important subject, and that is, and you've heard the word before, but again, the focus for me and my show here and everything that I do in the profession of direct selling and network marketing is to teach people how to make money in this business. And I can tell you this, and you've heard this word, you've heard it through maybe athletics that you've been in, and it's like, really, he's going to talk about that word, the C word again? What C word am I talking about? The C word is consistency, okay? And I want to share some tips with you on why and how critically important it is for you to be consistent. Not just the fact that you make more money when you're consistent, when you do something every day, but there's a lot of learning and a lot more growth that takes place when you're doing something every single day. So I don't know what your situation is. You're obviously, we have people in a lot of different scenarios that are involved in home-based businesses. Many of them, in fact, most of them part-time. Some who have control over their schedule. Some significant control over their schedule, their own, work schedule and personal schedule. Some have none, some somewhere in the middle. And my suggestion to you is this, that if you're, first of all, if you do something, that which you do every day becomes habit, it becomes comfortable, it becomes easy. There's a lot of learnings that go on. When you do something every day, you tend not to forget it. It's like going on vacation or, it's hard to get, you go take a month of vacation. It's a little bit hard to get back in the groove of things after you have been off of that path for a while. The same thing with the gym. If you've been out of the gym for a long period of time, getting back into the gym, the first time it's painful. But then when you make it a habit, it just becomes easy. It's like for me, it's like about a year and a half ago, I hired a personal fitness trainer. I was working out. I wasn't working out as consistently and eating as clean as I probably should, but I hired a guy to whip me into shape and worked out with him 3-4 times a week. And it literally, it got me in the gym at least 3, if not 4. And I normally would do, at least a day on my own as well during the week. So I was working out and still am 3 to 5 days a week, very, very consistently. What has that done? Well, it's kept. I'm in better shape at age 44 than I've probably ever been in my life. I feel better. I have more energy. I lost, 17 pounds of body fat. Gained 9 point something pounds of lean muscle during the time I was training with this guy, and that only happened because it was something that was done every day. If you wanted to lose weight, you wouldn't eat a pizza and a burger every single day, and then on the 27th day of the month you eat a salad. Maybe that would be your if your goal was to gain a whole bunch of weight, maybe that's what you would do, But that what you do consistently every day is something that becomes comfortable, it becomes easy. You need to be prospecting every day. If you're going to be growing your business, and obviously that's your goal, is to grow your business, doing it once a week doesn't cut it. Doing it, an hour for, one day of the week and then not doing it again for another 7 days, you're going to forget it, You're going to forget how. See, the experience builds when you're consistent. That experience builds on one another. That's the key factor there, and the momentum builds on one another. So if it's only an hour a day, let's say you only have like 7 hours a week. I mean, you're like the busiest man or woman in the world, and you can only somehow manage to squeeze 7 or 8 hours out of your ridiculously, crazy week. That's how busy you are. Most people can, even the super busy people that I know, can squeeze out even more time than that. But if you had a choice, and if I was coaching you, my suggestion to you would be, better for you to work that business 1 hour a day, 7 days a week than 7 hours on Saturday. There's just something powerful about that. You do that thing every single day, it becomes easier. It becomes more habit. You tend to remember the thing that you did yesterday versus remember the thing that you did 7 days ago. It feels better. It becomes more natural. There are a lot of reasons why doing something every single day tends to pay off. So that's why you hear the greatest coaches in the world, the greatest trainers in the world, the greatest producers in the world use that word. And, you've probably heard that word at seminars and seen it on screens. And, it's because it's that important. You do something every single day. You learn from it. It compounds upon itself. There's just too many benefits, and really no downfalls so it's like, what's the downside here? There is no downside. There is no downside. The downside is, if you don't do it, if you're not consistent, that's where there's a downside. So there's all ups and no downs when it comes to being consistent in your business. So if you want to grow your check, you want to grow your check faster, you want to increase your skill sets, develop your skill sets, become more efficient, more effective in the time that you put in, then you become more consistent in all that you do in this business. This is Todd Falcone, and you have been listening to the MLM Power Hour show here on EPN, the E-Podcast Network.
You just listened to another MLM Power Hour brought to you by ToddFalcone.com. The network marketing profession's premier source for prospecting mastery and leadership development training. Plug in and power up. Surf on over to ToddFalcone.com and get yourself subscribed to the Fearless Networker Easy for weekly updates, articles, and subscriber-only specials. And see what the fuss is all about.
This is Dr. Bill Lampton, the Speech Coach for Champions. Join me weekly for the Speech Coaching Radio Show right here on EPN, the Entrepreneur Podcast Network.
This is Eric Dye for EPN, the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. Are you just sick and tired of being sick and tired? Maybe it's that boss that's impossible to work for, or you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Could it be that your company is breathing cutbacks and layoffs? Maybe you have a debt that you'd like to take care of ASAP, or you've recently lost your job and find yourself unemployed. Whatever the case or scenario may be, there is a solution for you. To find out how you could be earning an extra $50,000 annually part-time or $100,000 plus full-time annually, all from the comfort of home, then visit make3200.com today to receive more information. Again, that's make3200.com. No blowing smoke, no bull, no hype, the real deal.
Just ask yourself this question. Are you doing all that you can with all that you've got right now? I mean, are you really doing everything that you can with everything that you have available to you? Or is there room for you to be doing a little bit more?
Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Actually, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes pro. There was a study that was carried on by British scientists, and it revealed that it takes a person 10,000 hours of practice to become an ace in a certain discipline. They say that top musicians, sportsmen, and chess players were all able to become masters in their field by achieving the level which in their time was taken to practice 10,000 hours or more.
If you can find a way to specialize in an area, maybe not necessarily 100%, but if you can find a way to specialize in traveling to one part of the world or a certain type of travel, say cruises, and people think of you first and like you the best when it comes to that kind of travel, I think you might start getting somewhere. Like when I started specializing in just credit unions, I instantly, whether I am or not, but people thought, oh, he's the expert on credit union marketing. If my credit union's having a problem, we're going to call him. So if someone starts thinking, maybe I want to do a cruise, they're going to think of you first without even having to look in the phone book or go to the internet.
The E-Podcast Network, supported by the most renowned success stories in business today. Subscribe today and never miss another show on EPN.